On behalf of Touch Football Australia, welcome to the 2017 National Touch League Elite 8 Series tournament briefing. This year is a very special occasion as we are celebrating 21 years since the first National Touch League in 1997. Please ensure that you have your manager's pack and the conditions of entry next to you while we go through this presentation, and refer to those documents throughout for further information. Before we begin, we would like to acknowledge our NTL event partners, Destination New South Wales, Coffs Harbour City Council and Harvey Norman, and thank them for their ongoing support. Should you need assistance in the lead up to or during the NTL or Elite 8, the names of the relevant tournament officials and key contacts are on your screen. Mobile phone numbers and email addresses of those individuals are in your manager's pack, so please contact any of those individuals and they will be sure to help you. Touch Football Australia will be communicating via the TeamUp, the NTL specific Team app, the TFA and NTL websites, social media accounts, and in the event of an emergency, stadium PA system. Should we need to contact tour leaders directly, we will contact you via mobile phone if urgent, but we'll also provide daily newsletter updates on generic event information, which will be available from the information area around midday each day. As we mentioned, TeamUp will play a large role in our communication, so we encourage everyone to download the TeamUp, which is available from the App Store or the Google Play Store. Simply search for TeamUp. Once you've registered for that, then search for National Touch League. That app will include all the news. It will provide push notifications in the event that we need to communicate en masse. It will also be a place to check results, ladders, finals, progressions, etc. You can see the social media handles there on the right hand of the screen. We do have an additional social media channel now in Snapchat. The handle for our Snapchat account is TFA Official, all lowercase, if you want behind the scenes video access from the tournament on our Snapchat. The results will be largely online as per recent tournaments. These will be through TeamUp or the NTL website. We will be printing daily ladders and final progressions, but these will not be updated every round. So if you want the latest results, please download TeamUp or visit the NTL website with the address there on the bottom of your screen. Okay, we're now going to cover off on some risk management items, namely medical, weather policies, some venue-specific information, and various discipline protocols that are in play at the event. Entities are required to have their own medical staff at the event. A doctor and physio is also available for serious injuries. Should you need a doctor or physio, please flag TFA event staff, identifiable by high-vis vests, who will radio through assistance to the relevant field or location. We also have a new concussion policy in play at this event. Further details on this concussion policy can be found in your manager's pack. Unfortunately, we have experienced inclement weather at national events in the past. Therefore, if we do so again, either the hot weather policy or the wet weather policy contained within the TFA extreme weather guidelines will come into effect. So please listen to the ground announcer and communications from tournament officials if they are actually going to be implemented depending on the weather. Okay, there are a number of risks associated with team tents and the bringing in of various equipment into the facility. All this is covered in your manager's pack. However, quickly, we do ask that all electrical items brought into the stadium are tagged and tested and compliant with Australian standards. We would hate for a piece of electrical equipment to trip the stadium lights, for example, which will affect the running of the tournament or cause serious injury or harm to a participant. So please make sure that any electrical items are all compliant and above board. Same with water safety. Obviously, ice bath recoveries are an important part of athlete wellbeing and management during these tournaments. However, we do ask that all water areas are supervised at all times and measures are put in place to prevent any wandering little ones from accessing that water unsupervised. A lot of teams prepare their own meals, which is great. However, please make sure that you abide by food handling standards so that we avoid any outbreaks of food poisoning, gastro, etc., which again may impact the health and well-being of participants and the running of the event. Finally, should we need to evacuate the stadium for any reason, please listen to the stadium PA and abide by instructions provided by the ground announcer. For those that have been to an NTL before at Coffs Harbour, you'll be aware that traffic and parking can be quite busy at times. Therefore, we do ask that you adhere to signs and use caution at all times when driving and walking throughout the stadium precinct. Parking is available in the blue areas indicated on your map on your screen. In terms of traffic management, we do ask that all buses park in the provided bus parking area, which is indicated in gold on your screen. This will greatly improve traffic management in the main car park and also provide more car parking for spectators and teams, etc. We do also ask that you respect the disabled parking, which is located in the first row of the main car park closest to the stadium, and avoid parking in disabled spots. We have had some issues in the past with able-bodied drivers taking up valuable disabled parking space, so we do ask for your cooperation there. And please, as always, use common sense when driving around the tournament and the event precinct. There will be no vehicle access into the main stadium area, so if you're looking to drop off or pick up equipment from your tents, unfortunately we cannot grant access into the main stadium area. There will be prominent pedestrian access by the main and eastern gates, however, and our ground staff will be happy to assist in opening those gates and potentially helping permits outside of tournament hours to bring in or out large equipment. The venue is a totally non-smoking venue, so we ask that everyone refrains from smoking anywhere throughout the Coffs Stadium. It is also a dry zone until Saturday, and of which on Saturday absolutely no BYO is allowed. So please make sure that your players are aware of this. There will be a bar available in the main grandstand on Saturday. There will be overnight security for the main event precinct within the stadium, but as always, we recommend that no valuable items are left behind because the security guards can't be everywhere at all times. Just a general reminder too, no spectators within 5 metres of fields that are in play. So if you are watching your teams, please make sure that your players, your spectators, your officials are back within 5 metres of the field. There will be a number of ropes around the outer fields that will designate this 5 metre barrier. And that's for the safety of your players and obviously the spectators and officials as well. In terms of training fields, we please ask that you avoid warming up or cooling down on actual playing surfaces. There is plenty of space around the fields, and there are specially designated spare training fields where teams can warm up on. We ask for your cooperation to protect the playing surface for our event, but also the many other users that frequent the stadium ongoing. In addition to TFA staff, C.XCOF's international stadium staff will be able to help permits with access to water. They'll be able to point you in the right direction for power and general facility inquiries. So if you see any guys in a light blue shirt walking around, they are stadium staff. But by all means, please flag a TFA ground staff member down, and we will be able to assist you and get in contact with the right people. In terms of disciplinary protocol, the key information is in your manager's pack. The main point that we want to raise on this particular slide is for you to be aware that officials and spectators can be penalised, or the team can be penalised for the behaviour of officials and spectators. So we'd hate to see a vital game decided by, the behaviour of someone off the field. So please make sure that you advise any spectators or officials that their behaviour can have an impact on field result. Okay, following commercial partners will be on site selling goods and services throughout the event. Our friends at My Sports Tape will be providing and selling strapping tape, first aid supplies, and also offering a strapping service for a small fee. They'll be located in the Play NRL Touch Football tent, just next to the main entry. So if you need any of those supplies, check out those guys. Line Break will be selling TFA compression items, a range of long, short, and upper body compression items. They've also got a great 25% discount for all TFA participants at the event, which is a great deal to get your recovery items in. And as normal, Michael and the team from Hyperactive will be selling event merchandise. And this year, to coincide with the 21st birthday, Michael is also selling a range of commemorative 21st birthday specific event merchandise. We do hope that you support those that support Touch Football Australia. Okay, Dale Watson will be again taking photos with his company Energy Images at the event. Team photos are being taken on the following days. Tuesday the 7th of March, 8 a.m. to 12 noon at the Town Jetty in Coffs Harbour. Wednesday the 8th of March, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the stadium. And Thursday the 9th of March, 8 a.m. to 12 noon at the stadium. Team photos will be ready for collection on Saturday the 11th of March. The cost is $15 each, which includes GST. It is recommended teams book a photo time prior to the event commencing. You can book your sessions via Danielle on 0439 954 097 or email info@energyimages.com.au. Really do encourage you to get in quick to book those spots because they'll go really quick. And in addition to the team photos, Energy Images will be taking a range of action shots from throughout the event, and they'll be available on the Energy Images website after the tournament. For the next section, guys, make sure that you refer to the conditions of entry. We'll really skim over some of these key dot points, but we do want to draw your attention to these items given their significance. Uniforms. We do understand that from time to time there are issues with suppliers, players lose gear, but we do ask that you have contingency plans in place to ensure that at all times your players and officials are in full correct uniform. This is a national event. Touch Football Australia is striving for a professional image, and it is a media broadcast event. So we have an obligation together to ensure that our brand is protected and portrayed in the best possible light it can be. Therefore, we won't be accepting players that are not in uniform, and that goes from an incorrect hat to a different style of shirt, etc. We expect that all teams are in exactly the same uniform, and we do ask for your cooperation with this during the tournament. Also, in the event that a player does lose a shirt or a shirt is damaged, we do ask that you change the number at administration. This is due to a number of factors. Most notably, this is a selection event for Australian teams and higher representation. So we want to be able to contact the correct individual that they've been selected for those honours. And also, in the event of any disciplinary issues, we want to be able to contact and have the correct players identified for those matters. So please ensure that you do complete a change of number form if you need to change numbers. In terms of the proof of eligibility, we will not accept protests or eligibility claims after Thursday, the completion of play on Thursday, which is day 2. We will accept challenges to eligibility on days 1 and 2, but we won't after day 2. So make sure that you just notice that. If you notice anyone who you think might not be eligible, please address it as soon as possible. In terms of score sheets, it's important to note that once the score sheet has been signed, that's an accurate assessment of the score. So we won't hear a protest if the score sheet has been signed. So if you believe the score is incorrect, please do not sign the score sheet. Please make your captain aware of this. We recommend that the manager signs the scorecard and keeps score themselves. And it's also really handy if you can video your games as well, so that in the event of a dispute, we have evidence to be able to overturn a decision if possible. Okay, so up to 16 players are permitted per team. However, in any one game, only 14 players are allowed to participate. So if you have individuals listed on your scorecard that are not participating in a match, you'll need to cross them out on the scorecard. Please be accurate to avoid any potential issues. In terms of the interchange area, a maximum of 20 participants are permitted in the sub box. All of those participants must be in enclosed footwear. They must all be in either the official on-field playing uniform if they're a player, or the off-field permit uniform if they're an official, a coach, a manager, or a player that is not playing in the game. They have to be in their off-field uniform. Interchanges are to occur within the sub-box boundaries. The sub-box there is illustrated in the diagram. If players are waiting to come on, they must be waiting in the 10 by 2 metre area there shown to come on. Obviously, coaching positions within the sub-box are fine. You can also coach behind the scoreline where permitted. However, verbal or physical commands are not permitted when coaching behind the scoreline. Just bear that one in mind. Alrighty, in terms of the drop-off rule, the 7th edition playing rules apply. However, there are 2 small modifications. If it is a draw at the end of regulation time and a drop-off is required, there will be a tap at halfway by the team that won the initial toss, and the team will run in the same direction that they ended the game running in. The first modification of the rule is that if the ball is knocked down, this does not constitute a loss of possession and play will continue. The second modification is in the instant a touchdown are scored off the first 3 sets of 6, In this instance only, the team that had only one set will have the opportunity to score. If they do not score in that set of 6, the game is over. Now that's explained in a lot clearer detail in the manager's pack, so if you do have any questions about the drop-off rule, by all means check the manager's pack and the conditions of entry, and it is explained in more detail there. For those of you that are lucky enough to make the grand finals, the following just provides some information on the presentation elements of those grand finals, particularly for the Elite 8 and Mixed Open grand finalists. We ask that all players and officials in these divisions are under the grandstand 10 minutes prior to the match, ready for your players to be introduced onto the stadium in number order, with your captain first. Players will then line up facing the grandstand for the national anthem and the match will commence. For all other divisions, please refer to the draw for your field number. Unfortunately, due to scheduling and infrastructure, we will be unable to play the anthem or announce players onto the ground, and we will only require the winning team for the presentation. Please refer to the draw and presentation times for your location and further information. You can see on your screen now there's a rundown of all the timings for the presentations and where they'll take place. So essentially only the Mixed Open, Referee Awards, the Elite 8 presentations will occur on Field 1. All other divisions will occur in the courtyard immediately as you enter the stadium area. Also of note on there at 8 p.m. you'll see there's a fireworks display, and that's part of our 21st birthday celebrations, and I do hope everyone can stick around for that celebration. We do have a number of other surprises around our grand final presentation delivery, or our grand final production I should say, so make sure you stick around to watch those Elite 8 finals because they'll be quite exciting. Okay, so what we need from you guys between now and the start of the tournament is for tour leaders to ensure that all players are registered correctly by a TFO, and that the playing numbers of each individual are listed in the registrations as well. Tour leaders can provide access to team managers if you wish to delegate this task on a per team basis if you're a large permit. We do ask that this information is submitted in TFO by Sunday the 5th of March. If you do have late registrations, you will need to come to the official welcome function and lodge those registrations in person. In terms of that official welcome ceremony, we do ask that everyone still attends. We will be handing out copies of the draw. You'll also receive your commemorative touch footballs for the event, your commemorative hard wrap, and there are also a number of other goodies in your manager's packs that you will be presented with at this session. It's also a chance for us to thank you all for your tireless efforts and to celebrate the 21st birthday of the National Touch League. So we look forward to seeing all of you there on Tuesday the 7th of March. That's it in terms of the presentation, guys. If you have any questions, your first point of call should be your tour leader. If they can't assist you, or you are a tour leader, then by all means please contact Zoe Zanetti at Touch Football Australia, who will be able to help you and assist you with your inquiry. We look forward to seeing you all in Coffs Harbour in 2017. Thank you.